You can love it or you can hate it. The universe doesn't care much either way. But this much we can be certain of. The wave is everywhere. It is at football games and baseball games. It is at Olympic stadiums and soccer stadiums. It is universal, irresistible, omnipresent. It is a rolling, flowing, surging river of joy. It started here at Husky Stadium in Seattle, and this is the man who started it.
Back in the 70s, I had a beard. They called me the hippie cheerleader because I had a beard. We had big speakers down on the track, and as a yell leader, I worked the microphone for 4 hours during a game.
What do we got? Again! Third and last time! All right, noise.
Almost a decade before he invented the wave, he came up with something similar but different.
So I said, here's the thing. Look in, 2 rows at a time, go stand up, raise your hand, yell, and then sit down. And we tried it. And it would go all the way up to the top of the student section, and then it would come back down again.
It went bottom to top, up and down instead of left to right. It was a stand-up, sit-down swell of humanity.
I was just a college kid, absorbing a big crowd that I had control of, and it was so much fun.
He graduated in 1972 and started working in television, but Rob Weller had been so effective at working a crowd that they brought him back.
9 years later, it's homecoming, 1981, October 31st. So they bring me back.
There is an archive room at KOMO Television, rack upon rack of row upon row of tapes, thousands and thousands of stories. That date he mentioned, October 31st, 1981, Washington against Stanford. I read an old interview with Rob. He mentioned the date. I went searching and found a tape with that date, a Washington Husky coaches show.
Hi, everybody. Rick Meter along with Husky head coach Don James.
On it, there was a feature by Tony Ventrella, and there was this.
Watching first half highlights, you may have noticed the crowd was a bit more enthusiastic than usual. Well, that's because of this man, Rob Weller, class of 72.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm surprised. I did not think they would be this energetic. I'm thrilled.
So the first half, we did some of the old cheers.
2, 3. Yes.
We're just getting into the third quarter, and I said, hey, do you guys still do this expanding drill where we go up and down? They go, no. I said, oh, you got to do it. Great stuff happens when you do this. So they went up and they went down, they were yelling. Elway throws a pass, we intercept and run right into the end zone. I said, see, I told you. Now, Bill Bissell was our terrific, wonderful, great band leader. He came over to me and he said, wow, you really got him going. Do it again. And I said, okay, I will, but I'm going to let him rest for a bit. And he said, do it again. Go up and down, go side by side, but do it again. And he walked away in a huff. And I thought, whew, he's always telling me what to do. Side by side, that's interesting. I said, okay, let's try this. I'm going to start down at the goal line. I'll run up to the 50, and as I run, you guys stand up and then sit down. Okay, everybody got it ready? And I run, and they're doing what they're supposed to do, and the whole thing is starting around Husky Stadium. All of a sudden, it's going around Husky Stadium. It's at the tunnel. It's at the horseshoe. People now are starting to yell and scream. They can't figure out what's happening, but it's coming their way, and they see it. You didn't have to tell them to do anything. They just stood up and did the wave and sat down. Did we call it the wave? No, but it kept going around and around. We did it all afternoon. We beat Stanford, by the way.
And remember that old tape from 1981? We found something else on it, something historic.
You've never been able to say, here's video of when this started.
No, there's no visual proof that I know of showing us doing this thing starting.
Well, now take a look at this tape here, old 3/4 inch tape. Look at the date on that thing.
Well, first of all, look at the dust on this thing. 10/31/81.
That would be the day.
This is a video from the Husky Stanford game.
Yeah.
Wow. What's on this tape, Eric?
So take a look.
What?
Take a look for yourself. Hit the play button there. See what you think.
So the Huskies stopped the point after attempt again. The crowd was having fun.
The crowd is having fun.
Especially the fourth quarter. Rob Weller doing his thing on the sidelines. 42-19 is the score now.
How about that?
What? There's footage of us doing the wave that day. The crowd's having some fun.
That has to be the first one.
I've never seen that.
Didn't know it
And
existed.
whoever the announcer was said, you know, Rob Weller's down there doing the thing. I guess that gives me a little credibility.
Yeah.
And this is on that tape.
This is on that tape.
I've never seen that.
Yes, the wave! I invented the wave, I guarantee it.
There's a loud guy named Crazy George who's been saying for years that he invented the wave.
That's amazing. I've never seen anything like this.
He said it happened 2 weeks before the Washington-Stanford game at an Oakland A's game, but he was just having entire sections stand up rapidly. It made for a herky-jerky effect. If you were to freeze the video at any spot, you'd see that it's not a wave at all. There's only one first time, and this was the one. And only one inventor, this guy. He went on to have a brilliant career in television. He hosted Entertainment Tonight, ABC's The Home Show, and Win, Lose, or Draw. He started a very successful production company. He and his wife Barbara split time between Los Angeles and Olympia. And he invented this thing that has flowed into every corner of the world, conquered every arena, stadium, and ballpark on the planet.
We started by going up and down for years, and then we started it around the stadium. Fluid, a wave. I didn't name it, somebody else did. But it looked like a wave, didn't it? I guess we really did invent the wave. People still like doing it, and they still feel like they're part of their team and part of the action. It'll go on forever.